Amazing. And so this is a preview to the Shamanic Sales Sprint. It's a 7-day sprint. It kicks off Wednesday, October 9th. This may become like a pre-recorded course, and it's going to be delivered via podcast. So if you're already in the podcast channel for this membership, then you're going to be where you need to be. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want to get into the podcast, into the 7-day shamanic sales training, then I'm really, really excited to share that with you and to share with you how you can do that. And so what we're going to be doing over the next 7 days, and if you're watching live, just give me a hashtag live. Let me know that you're here live, that you're watching this recording, that you're watching this training, that you're getting excited to do sales in a nourishing way. And that's what I'm going to be instructing. I'm going to be teaching and sharing spiritual practices, spiritual laws, alignment practices, manifestation practices, things that are going to make sales feel really light and really fun. And so today, like I said, is the preview. And then over the next 7 days, if you're in the sprint with us, in 10 days, you get a few bonus days. If you're inside of the special membership, the Facebook group, we'll explore how you can use shamanic principles and wisdom to deepen your connection with your clients, enhance your sales practices, and create offers that resonate from a place of authenticity and alignment. So this is really unlike any sales training that you've probably ever experienced before. So give me a little heart, give me a little like if you're excited to dive into this. And this is going to be an active training, meaning that each day I'll give you an action to do. And if you're serious about, really expanding and igniting the results in your clients and also in your soul-based business practice, then you'll take action each and every day. So that's why I shortened it to the 7 days, because I just felt like so much more manageable, right? We can do anything for 7 days if we have to. We can drink a cup of water first thing in the morning when we wake up for 7 days. We can show up on social media for 7 days, or we can paint for 7 days. You can practice anything that you really desire to practice for 7 days. And I hope that this will give you a really strong foundation to weave into your business practices. Now, this course itself, this 7-day sprint, is worth considerably more. But since you're inside of the group, you're able to receive it as part of the Flourish membership. So the pre-work day one, what I really want to talk about is a shamanic principle. And it's the shamanic principle of coherence. So give me a little heart or a little like if you have ever heard of that principle before. And I'll share with you a little bit what the word coherence means to me. It's a word that actually dropped in during meditation for me a few days back. And so, of course, I always write those things down. And when you're in coherence, it really means that you are speaking from a place of alignment. You're aligned with your heart, your mind, and your spirit. So that triad, if you were inside of triad of transformation, we really took some time to get into the heart space, the mind space, and the spirit space, and we're aligned that with actual action. So when I say that this sales sprint will be effective if you take inspired action, the coherence is what really allows us to deliver our message with authenticity, making the sales process feel natural and aligned with your soul-driven purpose. So to get a little deeper into the nuances of the word coherence. And like I said, you'll be receiving things like this via podcast. So you just won't see my video every day. I might be, podcasting from a park or podcasting from, somewhere throughout my day for the next seven days, starting on Wednesday. So starting in 2 more days, but you're going to get the pre-work today. So stick around until the end of this training so that you know what the pre-work is and you understand what you can be doing to step into greater alignment. So coherence is when the internal beliefs, values, and energy align with the external actions that you take, specifically in the sales process. So I'm specifically applying this to sales. And if you're interested in doing sales in a more feminine way, in a more feminine flow, that's what we're going to be doing this quarter for the next 3 months inside of Flourish. We're going to be doing things that feel light, that feel in alignment. So when you bring coherence into your sales practices, you're creating offers that feel congruent with who you are. If you upgraded inside of Profit from Workshops and you've taken my download workshop, we channel our most aligned offerings. So I'm going to drop download into the group. I always include bonus courses inside the membership. So if I get a lot of requests for download, I'll consider dropping that course into the membership in the next quarter, so in the next couple of months. But this kind of harmony really starts to resonate with your clients because they can intuitively sense that you are creating from a place of alignment and they get super excited. So for example, a retreat that I put out into the world in Malibu this summer, I usually plan my retreats really far in advance. But this retreat I did with only a 2-month lead time because it was an offer that just came purely from spirit and it sold out. So when you are creating from that place of intuitive alignment, then your sales, that coherence will start to really come through your sales process. If you have any questions about coherence, feel free to drop those into this pre-training, which is technically like day 1 of the sprint of our full 10-day, and how you can apply it. So here are 3 really practical ways. So I love to bridge the spiritual with the practical, but here are 3 really practical ways that you can tune in to coherence in your sales process. So the first thing I'll have you do in a journal or an exercise is to align your intentions. Really ask yourself, what is the deeper purpose of my sales? Why do you want to do it? Like, if you're just feeling like you need to hit a certain number, that's generally not going to be aligning with the heart space and the heartfelt intention. That could be more of a mental thing or more of an external thing. And so we really want to go deep into alignment beyond it just being a business transaction. Usually if it's something related to service or impact, really wanting to create specific results for your clients. Number 2, the second thing that you'll really want to do when you're checking in to your coherence is integrating the mind, the heart, and the spirit. So when you're creating an offer, does it reflect your truth? So one way that I came up with the name Shamanic Sales Training is I really wanted to double check that the way that I practice sales and that I teach sales is very unique. It's very different. And what I would just love is to make sure that you're in complete coherence with your body, mind, and your spirit when it comes to your messaging and your pricing. So I want you to just take a minute. This is a chance to look at your offers and really ask yourself if you are in coherence with the pricing and also the delivery. So how are they being delivered? Like, I love to do live workshops and I also love to do online workshops. I love to run group programs and I love to run retreats. And so the method that you're delivering your art form or your work, I also love to create paintings. So you want to really check that it's all in coherence. What you're creating now is being delivered in a way that really resonates with you and your values. I've decided to deliver this via podcast because I find that I can easily hop on and record, the trainings, and it's just very, effective way for me to deliver. So you want to look at that with your delivery. And then the third thing that you can look at bringing into coherence is your communication and the clarity, the way that you deliver. If it's a sales pitch, Somebody was just asking me, actually, a coach that I had worked with like 5 or 6 years ago was celebrating my retreat sales. She was asking me, how did I sell out my international retreat? Because, it can be challenging. She was acknowledging that it can be challenging, and she was really celebrating me for that. And she was asking me, one of my strategies. And one of the strategies that I shared is sometimes I do voice messages, and I'll just hop on and give a quick voice message because I find that it's really authentic. Like people can really get a sense of who you are from a voice message. It's something that like 3 years ago I didn't really do very often. And now it's something that I've gotten more and more aligned with. I've gotten more comfortable with it. And people can feel, because it's a voice message, and that's what I like about podcasting as well, people can feel the energy behind the message. So sometimes when we're just DMing, the energetics can get lost. Other times, if we're really great at writing and we're really authentic in our DMs, then that works really well. And so just like checking in and making sure that what you're delivering is delivered with authenticity. So the prompt that I have for you today, and every Telegram podcast will also have a prompt. This is just kind of letting you have a sneak peek behind the scenes since you're already in the membership of the way that this will work. A prompt is, how can you bring more coherence and alignment into your sales process? So what would make it feel really authentic to you? And what would really ignite and harmonize the body, mind, and spirit, your intentions behind your offerings? And for homework, what you can do is you can really reflect on, have there been any moments of misalignment in the past? Like maybe, like whenever I do those really long events, like long launches where they're like 7 days, you have to show up on video for 7 days. That's really misaligned for me. It doesn't feel really good for me to do that. So I just don't do that anymore. I much prefer challenges, master classes. So write down any moments when you've tried to launch something and you've been misaligned in your process, in your sales process, and try to pinpoint why it didn't align with your style and your way that you actually like to sell and you like to do things. And then the second thing I would have you do is reflect on what shifts can you make that'll bring you into greater coherence and greater alignment in your sales process. And then just spend a little bit of quiet time aligning your heart and your mind before putting any offers out there. And actually, that's a little sneak peek for day one. So, or day one in the podcast. And so make sure that you've joined that podcast channel. I will drop it again in the comments for anybody who's still finding it. I wanted to take some time. I know some women joined last month because they were really excited about this challenge. So I'm excited to have you participating. I'm excited to have you here on this journey. Let other people, hey, Christina, know how you're doing with it. Because when you share, oh my gosh, I just made a sale, or I just put an offer out here, or I just found a place where I was not in alignment. And just a reminder, this is a private membership. That means you can solo post. You are allowed to solo post inside of this group and share what's going on with you. Share how things are working, where you're finding greater alignment or greater coherence. And tomorrow we'll move into the next phase of shamanic sales. Actually, that's on Wednesday. So you have 2 days to kind of do this pre-work. We'll move into the next phase of shamanic sales. The reason I decided to start with a podcast on Wednesday is because I was delivering business related podcast inside the Telegram channel on Wednesdays. So that should be really easy to remember. Just pop on Wednesday and join me for day 2 as we dive deeper into how to align with the most magical sales that really resonate with you and attract your ideal clients to your business. Until then, take some time to reflect on the principle of coherence and allow your heart, your mind, and your spirit to come into greater alignment. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want to know how to join, DM me over on Instagram, which is at Hillary L. Hahn. That's my Instagram. business coach and visionary artist. And I will be happy to send you the link so that you can hop into the Shamanic Sales Sprint with us. Nice to see everybody. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them into the comments.